How is that possible? How is it possible? They're Muslim. There's anti-hatred there's Muslim hatred going on, right? Islamophobia. Well, why ain't nobody scared of y'all? Why y'all can stroll around? You don't have nobody doing nothing to you. How is that possible, right? But that's proof. That's confirmation. See, all of that, I would, if I was a braggart, I would say, this is superior game. You know, in the game, the life that we used to live. If I wanted to move from, or stay in marijuana, I had one of my friends that was a big pimp. And we grew up together in East Oakland. Now he was out on the other side of town. He was big, and I said, hey man, what's the game on this cocaine? So he could give me what he knew. He knew enough. So getting the game, and what is the measurements? What is the price? What is the sales price? All of that. I want the game on. That's what, when I use the word game, it means the whole scheme, the whole process. And we've gotten the game on Boss Man. We're actually tired of dragging him into one trap after another and making fun of him. It's actually getting boring. It's getting boring, the Boss Man. And he can't do nothing about it. You gotta remember, you have to taste where you are. He got all my family working with him. He's already told them that we just want you to do this, that, and that. And we're talking cold talk all the time. The hell out of my family, what are you talking about? And they're supposed to work for him and get whatever they can. Why not? What? I ain't gonna help you, boss man. That's my uncle. Shoot. That's ridiculous. What do you want, boss man? But remember how safe that is. They can't do nothing to you because they didn't already made promises. And if you were to do something real physical, you know what I mean, like getting rid of somebody, then what psycho stuff was happening in their brain? If my nephew is going through changes with alcohol, for me being his hero when he was younger, and him doing what he's doing, what about the whole family? Right? Boss man is trapped. Boss man is trapped. Boss man, you are a classical dummy. You need help. Boss, yes, you need help. You need help. You need to surrender as soon as you can. And the nearest, like the white man said, that I'm going to declare war on poverty. That was Lyndon Johnson. Another white man said, well, can you show me what is surrender at? He's going to declare war. So, boss man, no, I'm telling you. So this is a counteroffensive all the time. This is a continuous counteroffensive. There's no effect that, like, for instance, if the cars wasn't started, I said, sleep on the bridge. I was already ready, like I was doing a little bit, to walk where I need to go for a while. I just walk, I just catch the subway. Just walk. Yeah, and I do what I want to do. I did it before. Right, I did it before. But boss man don't want you to walk and catch the subway, because then he got to change his whole following scheme, because he got to follow you everywhere you go all the time. So it's easier if he either puts somebody in the car with you and they will take care of it, everybody can go take a rest, because there's somebody that they put in the report, or they can put a following. Imagine they got somebody on you 24 hours a day. I'm telling you, before I go do my little run, I jumped down, and I guess it looked like I was falling down. Some car pulls up. This hill right there, if I walk up the hill, or sometime I'd run up in the summer and it's real hot when I used to wear sweat clothes. If I get part of the way up, you know, you lean on your knee. Yeah, can I help you get this? A detective, man or woman, you can tell they're detectives. Right that hill right there. Or something happened, you get in the, when I was out in Lalco once, and I had a run-in with one of the guys out there. They called the police come, arrested me and put me in jail. But right up next to me is another police, a detective. I'm just here to, that means he's been there all the time, and they didn't call him, get on the spot. When I had to run in with all the police 20-something years ago, something like that, out there on the highway, right out there, when they was beating this guy on the highway.
Right, yeah.
They was beating him out. So I got a zoom. Another police come up and he put his medallion out like this. He got jerry curls, you know, they wear in California. And he's sitting right there to make sure. And they know, so they know he's there for some reason now. He's actually in control of that. Okay, take him to jail and call it a day. And that's it. But don't do it. Yeah. Don't do no PG County stuff. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That stuff happens all the time. So this is a type, it develops a type of toughness. But endurance, all the things we deal with a long period of time. That's the first analysis. And you can read it in all the stuff we read the other day. That all we're doing is making a big analysis. Everybody that turned around. Everybody that quit. Everybody, and I ain't gonna let nobody turn us around, no drug, no woman, no nothing. Right? That's what it's all from thing. It's because we didn't analyze everything in our environment. And that last analysis was needed. You can't find nobody that's gonna consciously put themselves in prison. Consciously. Remember I'm talking about there's those things flying around helping niggas. When you write and you got stuff that just a little float, they're gonna help you nail it down. Those forces exist. You can call them angels, it don't make no difference. They help put things into perspective, or they urge things that are already inside of you to bring them out in a self-assisted, purposeful activity. That's what it is. That's a good name. That sounds nice. Self-assisted, purposeful activity. Ability to allow the whole government to attack you, and you know it. That's all big, that's a big deal. That ain't no childish stuff. I'm not gonna go over it because this stuff gets a little sticky and I'm gonna keep on moving. Total resistance, that means you become a model of resistance. You gotta remember, what do the people need in America and in the world? They need a model of resistance. What does it look like? Right? What does it look like? Can you find it without Sharpton? No. What about Jesse? No. What about Mellow Yellow? What about Imam Sirajson? Will you find it? What about Hamza Yusuf? Can you find it with them? No. They're not models of resistance. where they show you specifically in detail over and over again, right? Just like we're doing now, over and over, redundancy, over and over again. Because this is what you need to deal with boss man, over and over and over again. Total resistance, a model of resistance. Another thing, make the world proud of us. Okay, so right now, people pretending like, you know, all the people that you see or they around, they pretend like, I don't know nothing about myself. I don't know nothing about myself. I don't know, right? They're pretending that they don't know what everybody knows, that there's something going on, right? But I don't know, I never heard of it, I don't get it, right? Okay. So not only them, but the other people who are crying out for a methodology, or it's in them, but they don't know how to, you know, everybody don't just pop up and start functioning properly, you know what I mean? Sometimes they need someone to point the way. Technically, we've already done that. We could leave here tomorrow or tonight or in a minute or two, and we have done a great job on being a model, on being an example. But I do have the feeling that we're going to go further and longer. And actually, technically, I always say, get to 100 years and then retire. And actually, to me, I actually mean it. I actually mean it. That's what's up. That's what's up. No, I planned, like, of course, Allah got his own plan, but I had planned, okay, I'm only going to work out this much, because I used to work out too much, right? You know, when you're young and you you could have good health. You could run 4 miles a doggone day and have perfect health, right? So you run 8, all them big miles and marathons and all that stuff. I got lucky, I didn't wear my knees out, I didn't wear nothing out, but a lot of people wear themselves out by doing those, you know what I mean? Yeah. So now I'm trying to say, well, I'm going to save, you know, I'm not going to, Allah's in charge, you know, they do what we do. Allah's in charge. Anyway, make the world proud of us. The whole world is in on what we're doing here. 3 weeks ago, a month ago, here come an Iranian I know, from Iran, all the way from her. What the hell are you doing coming all the way from Iran to convince me about something? What? To convince me that this is all the questions relate to trying to change our mind about our analysis. Oh, we said, no, that ain't. They're going to run around the block 3 or 4 times, then they're going to shut it down. That's it. Don't you feel that there's a great move inside of people? And one of the guys is saying, I saw in the eyes of those young people a new spirit. I said, shit, I didn't see it. I said, I ain't seen that. I said, I was sitting right there with him. I don't see that. What I do see is boss man ringing the bell and everybody going out for recess and running around. Yeah. You know, and then they're going to do what boss man tell them. And then we come back, when we go over to we had 3 or 4, everything we did out there proved what we were saying. The first time we came out with the microphone, we was running, and it was talking about California was stolen from the Mexican, whatever he was, come out. California wasn't part of Mexico. You remember that?
I remember, yeah.
So I didn't even say that because, of course, he got back on his bicycle and went on because he said, I think I kind of messed up. You know, because there's nobody in the thing that didn't know that California, San Jose, San Francisco, Los Angeles, city they write, everything with it. So anyway, what about when we went over was we at the Capitol out there when the lawnmower come by making all that noise, right?
Yeah.
Here come the police. Assalamu alaikum. Why the hell are you here? What is the purpose? Well, the first day we out there, the police come by, right, cut us off. In other words, the focus is not on them, it's on us. It's on us. It's on us. That's the way it is. It ain't that, we're not making this up. This stuff is actually, that's what is happening. Okay, so one of the things about Sabotage is sometimes it's already happened. The first stages is already happened. Those who lead the way, those who show the way. Right now, I say this all the time, we're in the part of those who show the way. We're showing the way right now. This is what it is. Okay, now, if and when Allah wants to evolve this, it'll get into the public environment where everybody will be aware, and then we'll lead the way, right? Or some of the people who have picked up on it. Because by that time, it won't be just an in-house thing. It'll be them spread around a little bit. So at that time, it will be not those who show the way, but those who lead the way. They're both applicable to our As-Sabiqun. Okay. Focus, direction, goal orientation. Okay. Self-image, self-esteem. All those things are, look, this stuff is so old. This stuff is in all the stuff we've been reading for all that time. You can probably remember here over and over again. Goal orientation, have a place to go. Definiteness of purpose. But self-image, do you see yourself doing that? How do you see yourself? If you don't see yourself doing it, you're not going to do it. Because you can't do it. I can't do that. Or the right attitude. The attitude is a position. What is your position? What is your expectation? Do you expect to win? Yes, well, you're going to win. I expect, when you expect stuff to happen, that's when stuff don't creep out of the woodwork on you. That's when everything happens. You can't watch a movie. You can't listen to a radio program. You can't do nothing after a while without that help point the way. In other words, they're looking for it. Where is their support? Your support and confirmation is everywhere. You listen to the news, it supports what you've been saying, and it confirms it, right? Everything. If you're walking down the street, somebody said da-da-da-da, that confirms what you have been saying, what you've been doing. It's a confirmation. After a while, everything you think you do, or everything that's done, everything in the environment begins to support and confirm the things that you're dealing with. And the other things you don't pay, it's like useless knowledge. It's like them quiz shows. That's useless knowledge. You know a quiz show.
Yeah.
It's knowledge. If you know it, it won't help you do nothing. If you don't know it, it won't harm you. You know what I mean? That's useless knowledge. If you know it, it won't help you. And if you don't know it, it won't hurt you. That's the good that Imam Ghazali talks about. Useless knowledge. I think that might be a personal idea. But if you know it, it ain't going to help you. It don't help you. It's trivia. Right? And if you don't know it, it ain't going to hurt you. It's not going to prevent you from doing anything. Useless knowledge. Okay. Self-esteem. How you weigh and measure yourself. This is what we're teaching. So we've done most of this. to spend sometimes alone, sometimes with a few, but those times are coming to an end. That's why I said at first, right now, we're still in those who show the way. But very soon will come those who lead the way. And this stuff about convincing well-to-do or educated Muslims and their children, right now they're watching that garbage on TV. And 90% of them believe it. They like it. They want to be Americans. But we want to show them how to help America, not follow them, lead them.
Right.
But they got to have confidence in us that we know what we're talking about. That's why we might have to hit point after point. You think just for being right 50 years, you may have to be right 70 years. You may be just getting ready to die and the people wake up. You know what I mean? And say, that's right, that's right. Look, you done said it 99 times, and 1, 2, 3, you know what I mean? Oh, 50 times correct? Oh, shoot, that ain't nothing. Just because everybody else is right every now and then, right? It's just not only being right, but being good and right. Now, that they don't believe. Because they don't believe why, I can hear them now, why we never made a such thing as a good nigga, so it can't be. If we didn't make him, how the hell is it going to be a good nigga? We never made a good nigga. That's what they think. Why? Because we got to remember now, everybody's happy to get on their bandwagon. Whether it's Barack Obama and them, and they get to sell their books, they get to be, you know, they get to act like somebody's important. And if they're president, 5% of what they do, like part of what Barack Obama did was good. The JPO, whatever that's it, and then Netanyahu hated it, so you know it was good. You kind of know the Saudis hated it, they was bad. So, okay, that was good. So, he got a chance to do something. I didn't expect he was going to do that. I just thought he was going to get us all killed. Well, he did best he could. But anyway, toughness, willpower. I don't mean these words outside of Allah's support.